Hi Capricorn, my name is Luciani. I'll be doing a tarot reading for July 1st to July 15th. Guys, thank you so much for coming to this channel. If you're new here, welcome. And if you're returning, thank you. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you're feeling it. And we have messages already coming out from my beautiful Capricorn. So let's get right into it. Wow, so we have relationship healing. Relationship healing here. So I believe this you guys are really into looking to heal relationships that could have possibly been on the outs, relationships where you could possibly end, whether they're romantic, their family relationships, friendships. There's a lot of healing coming in for the first 2 weeks here of this month in July. I feel like a lot of things that we're letting go of, the eclipses that could possibly going on, especially the full moon in Capricorn, which takes place, I believe, July 16th. It's a lot of beautiful integrity, energy, karma being resolved, and really a lot of beautiful people are really just kind of transitioning out of things that we have to let go of. Lessons have been learned and people are being cut out that aren't no longer serving you, or we're just letting go of things that really get in the way of our heart space. Deep healing and transformation taking place. Anything that were challenges as of lately, this is a blessing that's coming in with like healing and assistance with healing anything that's required for us to move forward in any relationships that we might have in a very loving and positive way. Yes, honey. So let's get into some tarot here to get a little bit more in detail with this for my beautiful Capricorns for July 1st to July 15th. What energies do you have for Capricorns here? Okay. Wow. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful energy, guys. Wow, this is powerful. Oh, wow. There is a lot of transformation with the Tower card here. You could be dealing with Mars energy, Scorpio, or Aries, or this is just you guys do exalt Mars in astrology, so that could also be energy that you know how to really heal from a very uncomfortable space. You're very uncomfortable with transformations here. A lot of divine intervention coming in. Things that come in as a shock to us. What I'm feeling with the Four of Swords here, there's this sort of emphasis on relaxation, meditating, really reviewing things from the very relaxed states. I feel like this is also an energy where you're putting your mind, things that you just like really, it's like your peace of mind at this particular point. Peace of mind makes you're putting a big emphasis on peace of mind. Rather, it now is a requirement. You know, the energy where we're able to like really rest from anything that was strife, or just retreating, just like being in our solitude, and to really like love and nurture ourselves and care for ourselves. And some of you guys are visionaries also, so that energy here is required for you to kind of create in those very visionary states that you have. But it's like we're into this space where we're looking at all of the things that happened that was wrong. It could in a relationship, in a friendship, in a family structure, something that we just feel like, wow, like I can't believe the grief and sorrow that has carried as a result. It's like we're still in that space of just regrets and really something that we're trying to like really get over, but we really can't, or we feel like we're not able to. But there's bitterness and frustration here if this is a marriage There's a lot of frustration that could be also attached to that, or just some sort of rejection of pleasure. But it's like you guys either left someone behind, or you're like really knowing your value with the Nine of Pentacles here. You're just still upset and sorrowful of the things that could have possibly happened. But in that same space, you're knowing how valuable you are, how self-sufficient you are, how independent you are. You know that whatever you create, it turns into wealth and abundance, happiness, joy, prudence. You're safe. You know how safe you are. Your well-being is saved. Very accomplished here. Very organized. Also someone who's a seeker. What you seek, it creates wealth. There's a lot of wisdom here. So it's like you're coming up as a very beautiful, prudent energy, and something just drastically changes, and it has a lot to do with the healing of relationships here. And it's like everything had to come down to the ground for you guys to really build it back up with love, with nurture, with caring, with compassion, with empathy, thinking of another. It's beautiful. So let's clarify these energies here for Capricorns. Okay. Clarifying these energies for my beautiful Capricorns. There's like, after feeling like weakened and defeated, it's like this regaining of power, or we're just learning that again. I do see a separation here. Separation where again we feel like we're really good on our own. Like healing takes a very, very important toll here, and really rising out of the ashes, regaining our power back. But now it's like this space where after we see these experiences and how tumultuous they could have been, it's kind of like now regarding ourselves. It turned us, I wouldn't necessarily say colder, but it just made us very aware of our hearts and holding it very dear to it now. Because the Ace of Swords here in the reverse, it's like something is just like a false start, some sort of clouded joy. Something's just not passionate no more. And it's like you're acquiring your solitude and knowing, like, I feel like maybe your creativity, things that you're passionate about, it's like, I feel writer's block here. I do feel writer's block, or some sort of blockage in our creative pursuits, and we're just looking to like really retreat and really be in that solitude space to just kind of, again, I feel like a regaining of power here. And when I feel like some of you guys, when you're nurturing a relationship or nurturing yourself, it's like you get this, after being in such cold conditions, fear of abandonment, feeling like neglected or rejected, you're just coming out of it. You're coming out of all of it, and you're just, again, I want to say lick our wounds, really, really, but with beautiful love energies attached to it, because you're putting the defenses down. There's like, I'm tired of the sorrowful griefs, misery, frustration, because of the high defense nature that this carries, because when that defense mechanisms against feeling like everybody's, like, you have to defend yourself on all kinds of platforms and sound stages and different groups of individuals and all of that particular things, all those things. It's just like we're looking to really come out of that. Additionally, with that, I just feel like there's a big emphasis on just, again, defense is coming down, because we are recognizing that it's actually making us sorrowful, making us frustrated, making us feel sad. And it's like your partner or whomever that this is directed towards, in terms of the relationship, this resonates with, it's like you realize that their defenses is really holding you back in life, and you're realizing that you're seeing the blockages that it carries, and you're just in that space where you could have possibly either left them, or with some Capricorns left them and just realized that I can do this on my own, because the communication could have possibly sucked. Someone just they like to debate without expanding their perception, so the communication actually becomes one-sided or very arduous, because it's not like a holistic conversation where there's a lot of even level of exchange that could be possibly going on. There's usually a defense mechanism that really is trying and frustrating in speaking with individuals of that nature. I see a heavy influence on the mother figure. It's very difficult to speak with them, or something that's a little bit more maternal, or your creative pursuits, and we're just literally looking to align ourselves and balancing ourselves in a way that creates a lot of stability and accomplishments for ourselves. And we're just, again, coming in that space. I do see a father figure additionally too, so I do see someone who is very wise. They're very, I feel like someone is extremely wise. Like, I feel like someone's extremely wise in the connection that you have, a relationship, and then the other person is extremely defensive in their communications. It's kind of like they have to expand their communication styles and how they really perceive things, because it's very limited or very opposing. And that's what creates the friction. And I feel like it drastically changes. I'm going to clarify this one more. But it's Nine of Wands in the reverse. Okay. Wow, the sun. You guys are coming out of this. That makes perfect sense. Like, you guys are really coming out of it. I see Leo energy here. There's this reconnection that happens suddenly, that you guys could possibly communicating, or someone's looking to travel to you, but they're still in that defense mechanisms. And they're learning a whole lot about their particular ways of communicating with the Knight of the Swords. Additionally to that, that's a Gemini energy, so that you could be dealing with Gemini, or this is someone just feeling like they have this incapacity that is just being shined, and something drastically happens in someone's life, whether it's yours or someone else's, and it just illuminates their incapacities. And it just seems like through healing a connection, it's just like some sort of aha moment. So let's pull an oracle here. Okay, we have 2. We have 3. So we have the light, the same as the sun. So we have, this supports our capacity to create and experience feelings of intense joy and happiness. The more delight we feel, the more delight we invoke in others. Wow. Let me turn this light on. I don't know if this is too dark for you guys. All right, that's better. So then we have integration 30. So we have this supporting our every aspect of ourselves, allowing what we perceive as positive and what we perceive as negative to harmonize in a balance and symphony way, excuse me. So there's a lot of, someone is getting illuminated on what is their negative perceptions and what their positive perceptions are, and they're creating balance. There's like this wisdom that comes in for them after being alone, after really working on themselves, accomplishing themselves, creating their safety on their own, very like single but really happy to do so. and something drastically comes in. It's beautiful. I feel like there's a heavy influence on a deep healing here, where you guys are being illuminated of your both negative and positive attributes to each other, and it heals the relationship. And there's belief in it. There's magic here. There's moving towards the possibilities and expressions that are grand and profound as we can imagine, and your belief systems in those manifestations. Wow, guys. Yeah, there's deep healing here. So let's pull an advice card. All right, so we have two. Oh, I'm sorry. This is not the advice cards. These are the ones I want to use for Capricorn. All right. So we have, my energy creates my reality. What I focus on is what I will manifest. Wow, you guys are manifesting together. You guys know what manifestation means now. You guys are believing in the integration, and you're being illuminated. You're finding joy and delight again in each other. You're finding the beautiful, most positive and successful things about each other again. It's beautiful healing these first 2 weeks, July. I love you guys so much. I'll talk to you guys later, and peace to you.